Stacks like DJs, my family name is Video. Same weapon, Video. Okay, great. Two birds get on you can get great. My God, he's not saying no. They try to shut us down, but it ain't gon' stop. Only thing I feel is God and He on my side. That's the confidence of God that He got me. That's why I really feel like you can't stop me. Woo! That's all you got.
Man, I'm excited. I am pumped. Sorry if it got a little loud for you. The music is coming down now, but we love that song. Freda is here. Rebecca, we are great. How are you? Welcome this Saturday afternoon. Some of you may be from all different parts of the world. Holly, I'm excited. Give us 1 second, okay? 1 second. Cool. So, Holly, it's great to see you. Regina, you know, we always love having you. I feel like you're just so excited about everything right now. You know, we're just pumped up to be here, guys. And this song is just, it means so much to us. You know, if you hear the lyrics, it says, they tried to shut us down, but it ain't gonna stop, right? The only thing I fear is God, and He's on my side. And I have the confidence of God, which is why you can't stop me. And I love that sound. I love that you know, energy. I love that song because you think about it, and we get into business because we want to start living the ideal lifestyle. And what happens is, because we're not really unsure of how to really go about doing that, what happens? Well, immediately we step out into our business or into this journey, and because we're unaware, what happens? We get challenged after challenge after challenge. Limiting beliefs start coming in, negative people, and if we don't understand that we have the confidence of God, or we are strong and powerful beings, we are co-creators, and we can do anything that we put our mind to, that we can overcome these challenges instead of our challenges overcoming us. We can overcome our circumstances instead of our circumstances overcoming us. So we wanted to start out that way. It's Saturday afternoon over here where we are. I know some of you, it's late evening in the UK or wherever you are. Nevada, it's great to see you. The name of the song, Holly, is called You Can't Stop Me by Andy Mineo. Freda, I don't know why you can't hear us. A few people can. Check up your volume. Does anyone else have the problem of not hearing us? Let us know before we actually get in. Regina, I love that you're pumped up. There's a lot of you guys here today, and we just want to welcome all of you here. I know this training was a little bit short notice. Some of you got notice. Some of you just heard about it like an hour ago. Some of you heard about it yesterday. But we're glad to have you here today because really, Fallo and I really put together something extremely powerful. And we were just thinking about you. And every time we put these things together, we go, dang, they're going to love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to love it.
Absolutely. So we're going to get right into it, right? So, you know, for some of you guys that were with us last couple of days, right, we're doing a training series, right? This happens to be the second part, right? The second part of the training series. So what did we cover in the first part? If you were not there, we basically talked about the foundation of how to become a top producer, right? Basically, understanding the problem, right? The problem and revealing the myth, because you know, there's a big problem that's floating around in this profession, right? And we actually surveyed a couple of network marketers, right? On our list, and you know, the biggest problem was they couldn't get any signups, right? And they couldn't get their business to automate themselves, right? So a lot of people are struggling, right? Not getting anyone in, therefore they're not making any money. And at the same time, right, the other problem is that when they actually start producing, right, they start becoming slaves to their business, right? And you know, we talked about that, but today's going to be a little different, right? Today we're going to be talking about a really awesome topic, right? Go for it. The dog always wants to go outside. All right, you know, we're going to be talking about how to become the hunted. Right? That's what you guys are here for, right? Instead of becoming the hunter, right? So becoming the hunted versus being the hunter. Now, one of the things that we kind of threw out there was, you know, one of the things that we like to kind of put together is it's something really cool, which we managed to get, which is basically how to get people to chase you, right? Until you send them the join link, right?
Yes.
Now, some of you guys are saying, how the hell is that possible? How are people messaging you on your phone or messaging you on Facebook or leaving you comments on social media asking for you to give them the join link, right? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be covering, right? That's actually one of the reasons why you're here, right? That's one of the reasons why we're here, and we're going to be teaching you that. We're going to be teaching you, right, how to get people to start chasing you, because let's face it, right? I mean, you know, chasing people is almost as hard as trying to get your grandma inside of the business, right? And I actually know one friend who got his grandma inside the business.
But it's annoying. It's like having to go places, and the only thing that's on your mind is constantly thinking, is that guy a good prospect? Or, no, this person looks like they're going to be interested. No, maybe I should go over there and drop them my business card. You know, you start thinking, and you can't really enjoy being where you are because you're just thinking about prospecting the next leader, right, or the one, right? And so you're going places and you're constantly doing that. And then what tends to happen? It never really works out so well, right? You start this blitzing game, this prospecting game, and suddenly you're playing these number games where you're trying to talk to like 50 people just to get that one person. And what we want to teach you to do is how to get hunted instead of you hunting, and how to place and position yourself in front of an audience that is already interested in what you have to offer. I know that sounds like, damn, that is way too good to be true. Well, it is not too good to be true. It is possible, and it can be your lifestyle. Can you imagine that everyone in your business grows, or everyone in your business comes from that method? Absolutely. Because they came to you. Hey, I want to be in this. Can you imagine how much more duplication you can have, you know? So this is exciting. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to rock. You guys are going to love it. Make sure you have your notebooks out. Those of you who have not seen last week, Thursday's part 1 training, put it in the comments. Let us know. We want to get you to have your hands on it because it's really important. It's almost impossible to solve a problem that you don't even know how it even got there.
Absolutely.
So we want to make sure you understand that, and we get that to you. Today you're here, though, so let's have some fun.
Absolutely. You know, before we get right into it, it's going to be in the next couple of minutes, right? My wife has prepared phenomenal slides. You know, a lot of you guys just love her slides, and as a matter of fact, you know, it's just a good thing that I'm not in charge of that part, because I'm telling you, they will not look as cool, right, as the dog's coming in again, right? She's just go ahead, right? Right, you know, while we're doing the webinar, thank you. Right? Well, anyways, right, she has something. The slides are going to be really awesome, right? The training is going to be phenomenal, like always, right? And, you know, I just kind of want to start with a story, right? Because when we got started, you know, we did a lot of similar things that a lot of people do, which is we spam people, right? We're chasing people down, right?
Hey, wait, hold on. Sometimes, you know, at first you don't think it's spam, right? You think of, you try to do this, like, psychological twist in your own mind where you're like, you know, I really just want to help people. I'm just going to let them know about my business because it really could help them. So I'm just gonna let everyone know.
Yeah. You're excited, right? And you're just like, man, everybody should be in this thing, right? And you know, it goes back to one of the stories where we just wanted to succeed so badly that, you know, we were in the mall and we came up with this brilliant plan. We're like, yo, we know how we're gonna get leads, right? So we had our laptop and we literally started walking around from stand to stand from different people. We started going into people's workplace, right? And we're like, hey, excuse me, you know, we have this little survey that we want you to take real quick. You know, we just want to see how you are when it comes to money or something, right? And people were freely willing to take the survey. And, yeah, we generated a lot of leads that way. I think we got like 40 leads that day, right? But here's the problem. All of those leads unsubscribed. All of those leads hated our guts, right? All of them thought we were selling a scam, right? And we were ready from a position, right, from a position of chasing people, of trying to get
authority,
something.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to let you know, right? With the stuff that you're going to learn today, right, and in the upcoming trainings is that if somebody is asking you, like, you know, what are you selling, you know, or is it a scam or something, that is already in itself, that does not happen if you apply the stuff we're going to share with you, right? Because if you're targeting people correctly, right, and if you're solving people's problems, I can promise you that they're not going to say, what are you selling, right? The only reason why they say, where are you selling, is simply because you're not being targeted with the people, meaning that, you know, I actually had one lady one time, she messaged me on Facebook, super excited about her business, and I'm talking to her, and she's like, oh, okay, I watch your training videos, you know, I'm super pumped up, I'm ready to do this, I'm ready to just expand my business, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, man. And so I'm just curious, who are you targeting? Who's your market? You know, who's the people you're solving problems? And she's like, like a little smiley face, right? And she's like, what do you mean? My company, my product is the best. Who wouldn't want this? I'm marketing to everybody. right?
Yeah.
And then I had some other guy was saying he didn't want to target his market because he didn't want to miss out on everybody not getting in. And here's the problem, right? You have to zone in on who you're targeting. Because if you're targeting everybody, you're targeting nobody, right? It's like you're really wasting time, and you're gonna get a lot of no's, and you're gonna find yourself chasing people, because the only way you're gonna get people to actually chase you is when you position yourself in front of them as an authority, as somebody who can solve their problems, the problems that they've just been frustrated, they've been running in circles trying to figure it out, and all of a sudden you pop up in front of their face. All of a sudden they see the solution to the problems that they've been wanting to solve, but they themselves cannot solve it. And when they see you, guess what they're doing? They're actually going to be chasing you, because now you became a problem solver rather than someone spamming, or rather than someone trying to get them into your opportunity, right? So I'm going to toss this back to my esposa here, right?
Yeah,
and
that's
she's gonna kind of cover a couple of other things here.
All right, cool. So I'm pumped up, you know, and I can't stand that phase of business, you know, but sometimes you have to go through it. But the thing is, Power Quantum is the company we created, right? The coaching program, our team. This is what we created, and it stands for a powerful sudden significance, or sudden increase. And the vision of Power Quantum is to liberate people from the grip of money, so that they can quantify what matters most to them. And so we started this coaching program, and we said, you know, what if we can just shorten that frustration gap from point A to point B? When people get started in business, because they don't really know what's right or wrong, or they don't really know the rules of the game, what if we can shorten that gap and help people understand it fast and effective? You know, give the guidance that we really didn't have. We didn't really have that guidance. We came in and we just invested in certain courses, and we just had to figure out the lingo. We had to figure out what they were talking about, and it took us a while to really get it. And so we said, you know, what if we can simplify it as best as possible? And that's why we're here today. We're here today because we went through a whole bunch of challenges specifically so we can overcome them for you. For you. You know, last week I got a little emotional talking about that, because I was just saying, dang, like we went through so much crap just to be able to stand here today, look you in the eye, and say, don't worry, we have a solution. Don't worry, you're this close. Now, it's up to you to actually take what we're saying and apply it. It always goes back to the mindset of things. If you are not ready to receive the information being taught today, you're not really going to do anything with it. Now, that's okay, but we want to really work with the people who are actually going to take action. You know you're ready to take action if you're willing to do whatever it takes. Remember that example that I gave last week about growing or decaying, and which state are you in life? Are you in a growing state, or are you in a decaying state? My father used to tell me this all the time. He said, you know, a lot of people die at the age of 60 or 90, whatever it is, but most people die at the age of 21 internally. And I thought to myself, dang, you know, we're like plants here, right? We're like plants. If we're not constantly growing and feeding ourselves, watering ourselves, we're never going to be the potential that we can be and spread the light or shine, or the oxygen, as a plant would do, right, to the world. And if we're not growing, you're just dying. It's the only opposite to it. There's no stagnant. No, you're either growing or you're dying. And we want to help you here today to continue to grow. And if you're decaying, we want to ignite something in you to get to growing again. Because can you imagine the people and the lives that you are supposed to touch and you're supposed to reach if you can just overcome this one itty-bitty challenge of yours right now? Think about that. We can only reach so many people. There are people that are supposed to get their lives changed by hearing something out of your mouth. Not ours, because we're just not meant to touch them. Because you have a different story than we have. Now, if you give up because of this little challenge that you're having in business, and you decide to walk away and give up, can you imagine the countless of lives that you are supposed to touch that are no longer going to be touched? That's like having people's blood on your hands, guys. I was having that conversation with Thomas the other day. Guys, this is so important, and what we want to do is help you overcome these little hurdles so you can be the best version of you and start living the lifestyle of your dreams and making it a reality, so you can go out and help others do that. Let's spread it out. Let's expand. Let's just move mountains build an empire and change the world. Can we do that?
Absolutely. Let's do it. Let's do it. So, right, you know, she's going to get right into the slides. We're going to get into the teaching right now, right? Because I know you guys are probably like, all right, you know, they've put me up now. Now I want to start writing on my notebooks too fast.
Let's do it.
And, you know, right before she gets to the notes, right, I do want to cover this, right, that there's two types of people, right? The first person is the one that gets on here, the one that listens to all of this stuff, right, and does absolutely nothing, right, nothing with the information, right, meaning that they kind of nod their head, they listen to it, right, and they're like, okay, I get it. I've heard that before. I've heard that mindset stuff, right, but for some reason, I already know it, right, but then you find yourself failing, right, so it's really important, right, so that's the type of person, type 1, and then the type 2 person is the person who actually takes action, right? They take notes, right? And they're going to go out there and they're going to do whatever it takes to become a top producer, right? Because that's what we did. What does whatever it takes means? Whatever it takes meaning taking all of this information, right, and just taking action. Because most of the questions that you guys have in your business will be answered in the doing, right? By taking action, your questions will be answered, right? So let's get right to it.
Woo!
We're going to get into the presentation. We're going to give it to you raw, right, uncut. And, you know, this is stuff that we would have died for when we first got started. So
let's do it.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's do it. All right, guys, I want you to take your notebooks out. Let's get right into it. Let us know if you can see our screen. I'm pumped up. I'm excited. Let's have a good time here. Let's see. Let me make sure I have everything up and running. Before.
Let me just get some water.
Sure. All right, if you're excited, go ahead and put it in the comments. If you hear something that you're excited about that I say, feel free to just let everyone know how pumped up you are about something that might have been said, okay? All right, here we go. And if you have any questions, go ahead and write it into the comments throughout the portion of this session here, okay? All right, so this is the Top Producer Formula series that we are on, and we are on part 2, Becoming the Hunted, Not the Hunter. Okay? So let's get into it. And I want to be honest with you guys. What will be taught here today is pretty controversial. Okay? Some of you are going to have your guards up. Some of you are going to say, well, that's not how I was taught. My upline told me this, or I've been doing this for years, and, you know, I've been in business, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, if you're here, it's because you're obviously not getting looking for. And so either you're going to listen or you're going to leave, okay? So just be very, very aware of that. I warned you. Don't get offended about anything. Let's just have some fun. I want you to know that all of it will make sense at the end of this, okay? So before you start going in and saying, hey, that's not true, I want you to actually listen to the whole thing, and it will all make sense. Okay?
Now here's the reason why, right? Because we're teaching you stuff not based off of theory, right? We're teaching based off what our experience is, right? And when we got started, we were not producing at all. It took us 7 long, painful months because we were working our business full time, and we were even making part-time income. We were making literally 0 to nothing, right? It was either 0 or nothing, which is nothing, right? And from there, right, all of a sudden we went from doing nothing till we started producing anywhere from 2 to 5 members. Yeah, go ahead and quiet that dog down, man. That dog has just been interrupting all day, right? Right? So, you know, so make sure you take notes, right? This is stuff that we're not making stuff up, right? Because, one, I mean, you can just feel it when somebody's lying, right? You know, we don't need to be boastful. We don't have to tell you the stuff that we've done, right? I mean, it's just stuff that we've done, right? This is something that is just going to come off natural because this is what we do inside of our business every single day, right? This is exactly, right, what's helped us become a top producer inside of our business, right? And it's just the beginning, you know, it's just the beginning for us, right? And guess what? It can be the beginning for you too. It can be a beginning where you open, right, into a portal where you can become a top producer. You can step into this portal, right, and you can step into becoming the best you, right? And all of a sudden you can go from signing nobody up, not producing nothing, to all of a sudden in a snap of a finger, people are going to say, where did you come from? But guess what? You didn't just come from nowhere, because what you're going to learn today is something that you're going to have to apply every single day of your life. And all of a sudden, you're going to just look at yourself in the mirror one day and you're going to realize that you are a top producer.
That's right. So let's talk about how we feel, right? If this is how you feel, and if I don't have all the words here, put them in the comments, right? When you're growing your business and you're prospecting and you're hunting, how does it make you feel? Do you feel annoying? Do you sound pitchy or salesy or spammy? You know, what are some of the feelings that you get when you're doing this? Because I can remember this feeling. You know, going out there and talking to people, and then they look at me and they're like, oh my God, she's going to come over here, she's going to pitch us again. Run, you know?
Yeah, you know, I specifically remember one time, you know, when we were teaching the martial arts, we were like in this network marketing deal, whatever, right? So I literally like followed one of the kickboxers all the way to her house, right? And like the whole time, I'm trying to develop this courage. You know, I'm trying to remember the things that I saw in the video on how to pitch people into the deal. And I remember like getting sweaty. My hands were getting sweaty. My heart, like I felt this sink. I felt like the feeling inside of my stomach, right? And I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna think, man, I hope I don't lose this friendship, you know? And you know, it was painful. It was painful. And even when we would have to call people, right? We would take like deep breath. We would say affirmations like, I can do it. You know what? I'm just gonna do it. And I would have to pump myself up, right? To call my friends and family or just to bother people. And that feeling was not a good feeling, right? And even when they got in, it still was not the best feeling, right? What we want to share with you tonight is how to switch that feeling around from not feeling good pitching your family, not feeling good selling, right, to making you feel great. And why is that? Because you're going to realize when you become a top producer, and the only way to become a top producer in your business is by solving problems. Look, there's people on here who've bought from us, right? And guess what? We get emails from people saying, oh my God, thank you so much for your training. Thank you so much for your coaching, right? People who love to buy from us, and the only reason why they like us, they trust us, and they love us is simply because we have solved some of the problems that without us would have made it impossible for them to solve, right? So let's help you switch that feeling. Is there anything you want to continue with that?
No, I mean, I want to know, does anyone have another word to describe the way they may feel when they're actually trying to pitch or prospect or anything? You know, does anyone have any other word? All right, let us know. So how are you supposed to actually grow your business feeling this way? You know, you have this burden on you and you feel like you're annoying, and most of the time you just come out across annoying. You really do. And you're trying to grow your business overcoming this challenge here. Well, it's really simple. You know, this happens only because you're taught to do these things right here. Okay? You're taught to talk about the product, the company, the CEO, the comp plan. You go out there and you start putting pictures of all the products of the company. You start putting pictures of before and afters, or you start putting up testimonials, and you start, and some of that stuff works, okay? I'm not telling you it doesn't work, but there's a way you need to do it. And you just go out there and you actually change your username on Facebook or Instagram to the actual company, right? You start talking about money, and you start talking about this comp plan, right? You know, it's just stuff that people, honestly, no one cares. No one cares.
Let's say that together one more time, just in case they forgot.
No one cares
about the damn company, about the damn comp plan, about the damn product. Not saying that it's a bad thing.
Honestly, you're pushing more people away than you are bringing anyone in. When you have all these pictures, you know, if somebody goes on your Facebook or Instagram and the first thing that they see is, bam, the name of your company, or bam, the product, or whatever it is, most of the time they're going to be like, oh no, I don't want to be friends with this person. They're about to pitch me. And let me tell you why.
Oh, I just want to address something real quick, right? Because I know some of you guys just got really pissed off. Some of you guys are like, no, they do care about the product.
It's good. It's the number one.
Guys, they only care, right? Write this down. People only care about the products, about the comp plan, when they have signed up into the business. Other than that, if they haven't signed up into the business, don't talk about it.
Yeah, I'm going to go inside in a few.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's there. So no one really cares, guys, okay? No one cares. And the reason why is this. 1 out of every 5 people are already in a network marketing company.
As a matter of fact, every 30 seconds somebody joins a company.
And this is ridiculous, because by the time you actually say, oh, you know that I'm in, you know, my company, whatever it is, person's like, oh, I know, I've heard of it already. Network marketing. No, thank you. I'm done. They probably already had a bad taste with network marketing. Therefore, they don't want to give you the time of day. So what does this mean? Look, people don't really care about the company, the products, or the comp plan. They care more about what the company and products and comp plan can potentially do for them.
So why don't you explain, what does that mean?
Think about it, guys. You got into business because you saw it as a vehicle to help you begin living the lifestyle of your dreams. Right or wrong? Right or wrong. You signed up and said, you know what? I think this can potentially get me out of debt, allow me to travel, have all the financial freedom, the time freedom, all this stuff, right? You started thinking about these things, and that's what made you say, I'm in. Well, that's exactly how other people are going to want to get in, because they got to see that it can potentially give them their dream lifestyle. So once they're in, and this is what we mean, either they're signed up or this, right? When you talk about or find out what it is that they want, and you wrap it in a way that makes it where they can get it through what you're offering, at that point, the person is considering. And if they're already considering, they have a foot in the door. And if they have a foot in the door, then it's okay to start saying, yeah, because, you know, well, think about it. This is how the comp plan works. You know, and then you can say, well, I mean, the products, look at the products. But if you're going to start pitching them from the products, the comp plan, and the company, they can care less. You want to get them in by wrapping it that they can get what they want out of it. Does that make sense, guys? That needs to. I hope that hit home for you, because that needs to change. That really needs to change.
So what do they really want, right? You know, there's two types of desires that people want. You know, they got the surface desires, and then they got the core desires, right? What people really want is what is deep down inside, which is their core desires, right? If you can talk to their core desires, if you can talk to their pains, right, and the problems that they're facing right now in their life, and not being able to provide for their family, not being able to provide for their kids, not being able to do the things that they truly want, right, for themselves or for anyone else, right? If you get down to the core desires, right, normally what happens is people tear up, right? All of a sudden their face changes. They get a little bit more emotional, right? This is what you need to talk to.
Yeah, think about it, guys. It's not money. Money is a surface desire. It's what money can do for someone. That's more like their core desire. What is it going to get them that they don't currently have? If you can get to someone's core desire, they're in. And then everything else comes into play, okay? This is the problem. The problem is people come up in here and they think it's a sign-up game. They just want to come up here, oh my God, all I have to do is get 3 people. All I have to do is get 5 people. Oh my gosh, I know 5 people already. And they just start talking to the whole goddamn world, right? And they're just giving their links. They're just saying, hey, click my link. Hey, check this out. Yo, what's up, man? Is it okay if I come over? You have to join. You know, they start doing all these things, and they treat it like a sign-up game instead of an actual business. And this kind of pisses me off. This pisses me off. And the reason why is that a lot of people like to wear the title of an entrepreneur, yet they don't know how to walk like, talk like, act like, or run their business like an actual entrepreneur.
Wow.
And that pisses me off.
That just hit home for some of you guys.
Because people who actually want to be an entrepreneur are being labeled as these, you know, spammy, pitchy network marketers, and are unable to break past it because you don't have the right guidance, the right teaching, and you're just ruining a lot of what business is all about. Business is not a sign-up game. Business is your life. It's the lives of others. And you need to get that into your head in order to be successful in business. I grew up, you know, being in business. My father was an entrepreneur. You know, I saw him. He rose me in business. I started learning business tactics as a young girl. And I know the hard work and the dedication that is put into being an entrepreneur. And I can't stand when people come up into this industry and treat it like a patty cake game. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Well, for you guys here, if you feel the same way, and you're probably saying, damn, I actually was doing that. We're not putting you down. We did the same exact thing. My husband and I, when we got started online, Man, we didn't know what we were teaching you now. Don't think that we just came in here up all natural. We had to learn this stuff.
Absolutely.
We came in just like you, blasting the link, putting the pictures of the company and doing all this stuff. Man, I got people unfriending me, running away from me, and I'm like, why? I don't understand, you know? And it's like, who wouldn't do this? Well, there's a lot of people that wouldn't do it when you come across them the wrong way. You probably can start thinking of all the people that you could have gotten in if you just started doing it this way now. It's not too late, okay? There's more people out there, and there's more people out there that are like you. It's time to start thinking like an entrepreneur.
Absolutely. You know, what's the definition of an entrepreneur?
It's coming up right now. Hold on, baby. You move ahead. What's the definition of an entrepreneur?
I forgot the order in these slides, so it's like it's not like I know them, by the way.
Oh, my bad. There we go. Hold on. Let me put this back in here. So what is the definition of an entrepreneur? Let's look into the comments here, and I want to see if anyone also bothering, uncertain. Very cool. Rebecca, all of the above. Now, who can tell us here what is the definition of an entrepreneur? Okay, let me know what the definition of an entrepreneur is. I want to see if you really understand what being an entrepreneur is. And the reason why we want to ask you is to see if you can, you know, what your understanding of it is. Are you really being an entrepreneur? Because today, it's going to really change your thinking. I want to see if anyone knows the answer to what we have for you tonight. I know that we're, let's see. Oh, Holly just had an aha moment, right? Good job, Holly. High five, girl. You know, save all of those moments. Make sure you're writing it, you're highlighting it. You got to have a notebook or a journal of things that you're going to start implementing through these trainings every time you come here, okay? So I want you to tell me, what do you think, what is your personal definition of an entrepreneur? How does an entrepreneur behave? What does an entrepreneur do? What makes them an entrepreneur, period? What makes someone an entrepreneur? Sorry, I need water. Let's see who's got the answer here. I wonder if anyone's going to actually just say, you know what? I have the answer, you know? So let me check it out here. Let's see the comments. No one yet? No one yet? We might be on a slight delay, but I don't want to give you the answer until somebody says it. Or I want to see their...
Come on, answer. Come on, guys. We got plenty of it. Come on, Rustin, Jeremy,
Brennan,
Bray, Dr. Mo, Dave. Come on, guys.
Gustavo.
Answer.
I like that name.
We want to know what the definition of an entrepreneur is, right? What do you guys think?
Let's see. It's like we should put that music on, like right? Do you understand what an entrepreneur is? Because if you don't, why the hell are you calling yourself an entrepreneur? Seriously, think about it. What does an entrepreneur do? What does an entrepreneur do? What makes an entrepreneur an entrepreneur? Think about that. And I'm just going to wait and eat my cashews until I see somebody put in an answer. Don't think too hard, guys. We don't want you to break your brains. What is an entrepreneur? All right, so Holly says, you have no clue. All right, thanks for the honesty. Regina says, a person who takes on a business, stretching and working to grow it. Thanks, babe, for the music. A person who takes a business, stretching and working to grow it. Okay, thank you, Regina. Who else? I know Regina and Holly aren't the smartest ones in the room. Let's go. Aren't the only smart ones, I meant. Aren't the only smart. That's what I meant. All right, Dave says, a person who organizes and operates a business or businesses taking on greater than normal financial risk in order to do so. All right, cool. You probably went on the dictionary and actually looked it up, right, Dave? He's like, I got the Webster version. Come on. What is an entrepreneur? There's other smart people here, right? I hope it's not just Dave, Holly, and Regina. Yeah, I love cashews, Regina. Mimi says, willing to assume risk for business, okay. Nevada, I was going to say something similar to what Dave said. Brennan says, someone who acts professionally and works to help others accomplish their goals with ultimately accomplishes their own goal. That's pretty close, Brennan. Rebecca a go-getter, someone who is serious about what they want and how to get it. Very cool, Rebecca. I'm loving the answers. So Dave said he definitely looked it up. That's awesome. All right, babe, you can put the music down. I'm going to go back in here now. And you can come back over here and join me. He really wanted to get the feel of it, right? So I'm excited. Look, all of those answers aren't wrong. They're all pretty correct, okay? But I'm going to give you such a simple answer. It's going to be like, duh. It's going to be duh. I was watching an interview. Who was the interview I was watching? Frank Kern, right?
Yeah.
Frank Kern, I think.
I don't know. We watched some of the interview.
And he said this, right? He said, somebody asked him, said, you know, what's your definition of the economy or whatever? And he's like, honestly, you know, the economy is simple. He says, you know, everyone's going to have a problem, right? And those that solve that problem will be on the higher part of the economy, and those that just continue to have the problem will be on the lower part of the economy. So you have to be person B most of the time, which is the person that solves that problem. So you can always have the higher part of the economy. He said it's something like that. Don't mark my words. But this is what he's saying. If you want to acquire wealth, what do you need to do? You need to solve problems. What is an entrepreneur? This is your aha moment too, everyone. Check this out. An entrepreneur is a problem solver. The more problems you can solve, the more money you can make. The more problem you can solve, the more money you will make. This is an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is simply a problem solver. That's it. Period. Right? Because now they just take their solutions to the people that have the problem and they provide a service. And now when you have that service, people will pay for that service because they need to solve their problem. Think about it. Every business solves a problem. Think about every single business. Every single business is solving a problem. Now, which one do you want to be? Do you want to be the person that constantly has the problem or the person that's always solving, or most of the time solving? If you stay as a solver, you will be an entrepreneur. It is that simple. Holly, I'm sure you just got an aha moment right there. Now you know what an entrepreneur is, okay? See, the service you provide has to solve a problem to your target audience. Not just anyone, to your target audience. This goes back to what my husband was saying when he was having that conversation with that lady. And he said, well, who's your target audience? And the lady said, I target everyone. Hello, my company is for everyone. My product is for everyone. Duh, right? No, it's not. It's not for everyone. Not everyone needs it. If I sell chicken, I know you guys love this analogy. If I sell organic chicken and I try to solve the problem to a vegan, that vegan doesn't have a problem for me to solve. He doesn't eat chicken, so therefore I cannot service him. Does that make sense? Now, if it does solve their problem, they're most likely going to buy. It's that simple. The more you can simplify the ways of business, the more likely you are to take action towards it. It's a simple concept, guys. Now you have to lead with value. Lead with value. Babe, what does that mean?
You know, there's this quote by this awesome dude. His name is Earl Nightingale, right? He wrote a really awesome book. It's called The Strangest Secret, right? And in this book, right, he's going to tell you the secret, right? But he never gets to the secret, right? So the whole time I'm listening to it, I'm like, so where's the secret? You know, when is he going to tell me the real secret, right? And here's the real deal, guys. There's no secret, right? The only secret right now is you. You are the secret, right? But anyways, he says a beautiful quote, and he says, the riches in life, right? I'm going to say like in this voice because he has like this older face, he has these glasses, he's like he's an author from back in the day. And he's like, the riches in life are a direct proportion to the value you provide for the marketplace.
I'm so glad you don't have that voice.
Right?
Just saying.
So basically, you will get paid based on the value that you are providing the marketplace, and value is broken down into a couple of things, right? So what is value, right? Actually, it's 4 components, right? It's quality, quantity, it's demand, right? And I forgot what the other one is, right? But you know, value is something my wife is going to get into.
It's really simple. Anything that your target market can immediately apply or use with or without your service, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that. And then you're saying, well, how the hell do I make money? Who listens to the I Am a Business radio show that my husband and I created? If you listen to it, let me get a whoop whoop in the comments, because we actually did an episode on this. But I'm going to talk about it right now. Anything that your target market can immediately apply with or without your service. And this is like, well, then how the hell do I make money? Well, there's a way you got to go about it. But you need to be okay with someone saying, all right, thank you for telling me that. I don't need your service. I'm going to go apply this right now. You need to be okay with that, because this is what happens. You need to, this is the key right here. Here's the key. The key is that it's so hard for them to actually apply it without your service. Some of them will eventually get to it. Some of them, most of them, actually like 80 to 90% of those people won't be able to really apply what it is that you're giving in value without your service. They're going to realize they need you. They need you, okay? So how do you do this? Well, by teaching the what, not the how.
This is called open looping, right? Meaning that you start with something, right, that's valuable, but you don't teach them the how, right? Because by you teaching them the how, then you're kind of working for free, right?
Yeah, and we don't want you to do that. So
and here's a cool thing about it. When anything's incomplete, right, human beings want to complete things. We're like the type of people that we want to complete things, right? Like we have to do it. Like earlier on this week, we were going through something, you know, something about marketing that I just needed to make sure where we were gonna host a hangout, right? And like I couldn't really even start creating some of the content that I wanted to create for this week until I figured out, you know, I just needed to know what we were gonna do, right? And same thing with probably you. You know, you want to make sure you complete things. So this is why it's so cool and so important.
Yeah, I want you to think about it like this. Let's say, let's say I am going to talk about fitness. You know, my husband and I were in the martial arts, right? So this is a pretty easy topic for us. We used to teach kickboxing, and we used to coach people, right, and teach martial arts. So here's something that we would do. We would teach a what. For example, somebody wants to learn how to lose weight, right? How to lose weight. Well, we'll say, okay, well, here's what you need to do. Okay, you need to get boom, 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 and boom. Now, how you want to get it, or where you can find it, or how to implement these things into your life, well, come in for a free consultation and we'll show you how. Something like that. You see the difference? So they can't really figure it out. But this is what happens now. When you do this, your prospect has two choices. The first choice is to figure out how on their own, or to get the how from you. And most of the time, they're going to say, from you. Why would they want to go and figure this out? One, they're going to waste more time. The thing is, anything in life, people are either going to invest time or money, period, in anything. When my husband and I went to Seattle for a month, we went out to the piers, right? And I was sitting there, right? And we saw the seal come out from the water, a sea lion. I don't even remember what it was.
Yeah.
And I saw it, and I was like, oh my God, look, babe. And he's like, what? And I'm like, right over there. There's a sea lion right there. He's like, I don't see it. And I'm like, all right, just stay here, just stay here. He's gonna come up again. Boom, he comes up again. Look, did you see it? He goes, no, I still didn't see it. I'm like, I don't care. We're gonna stay right here until we see this sea lion, right? And then finally, I'm talking about maybe 30 minutes later from standing there, the sea lion finally comes up where Paulo can see him, and he kind of like stands up and he swims towards us, and it's like for a good 3 minutes that we're actually able to enjoy his presence, and then he's gone for good. And we waited 30 minutes for a 3-minute showing of this sea lion, right? And I go, oh my goodness, this is crazy, because right next to us, where were we? We were right next to an aquarium.
Yeah, we realized that after looking for the seals, like my eyes are hurting, we looked to the right over my shoulder, and there it was, a freaking zoo.
Aquarium.
Aquarium.
An aquarium. And I go, this is a perfect example. I literally said this to my husband. I said, this is a perfect example of how everything in life is either investing time or money. We could have invested money to go right into the aquarium and spend all the time looking at these sea lions, or we could have invested 30 minutes to see the sea lion for just 3 minutes. And there was a complete difference. We didn't realize that it was there. And by that time, we were already tired. Let's just go home. And it's the same thing in life and in business. Either people are going to invest their time in figuring it out, and trust me, they don't really want to do that. They don't really have the time to do that because they want their goals now. or they're going to invest their money in having you show them exactly how they can do it.
You know, I want to cover something real quick. You know how she mentioned, you know, there's only two choices your prospect has when you do that, right? They can figure it out on their own, or they can basically get the how from you. Now, if you want to tip the scales and you want it to be more in your favorite, right, you can be very intentional with provoking and setting off pain points that trigger, like just trigger those things off, right? So for example, in your marketing, you can be very intentional to speaking to the problem, right? Speaking to the problem, directly to the problem, because the problem is preventing them from really achieving the core desires that they want in their life, right? So by you provoking, right, speaking directly to the problem in your marketing, right, is how you're going to get the person to most likely go from 50 to 80% likelihood of them wanting your services or wanting to partner up with your business, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, hell yeah, it does.
Cool.
It does. And then anyway, if they don't get it, they can just literally learn it more in Power Quantum in our coaching program. It's that simple.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, cool. So next one, 3 things that you must do to get hunted. Okay, 3 things you must do to get hunted. Well, the first one is be a problem solver. The second one is lead with value. And then the third one is give the what, not the how. So I really just capped everything we kind of just talked about right now. That way they realize they can't really get what they want without you. If you can present that and show that, you're going to increase in sales and in business like this. Okay?
Yes.
So step 1, because now you're saying, well, how do I do that? I'm actually going to give you a little bit of the how today. And the only reason why I'm going to give you a little bit of the how is because I really want you guys to succeed. And I want to let you know, even though I'm giving you the how, right, a little bit of the how, there's a lot more to it, but don't worry, we got gifts for you today, okay? Step 1, what problem does your service solve? Ask yourself that. Write these freaking questions down and spend time thinking about this. What problem does your service solve? Step 2, who has this problem and where do they hang? Okay, and I have hang in quotations because you can literally do this offline, right? You can figure out where these people with this problem kind of hang, or you can do this online. And when I say hang, it means what are they searching on Google? What are they searching on YouTube? What groups are they in Facebook? What hashtags are they putting in Instagram? I'm giving you so much right now, guys, that it's ridiculous. I should be charging for this training, but I'm not, okay? We're not. Okay, so think about it. Who has this problem and where do they hang? Spend time thinking about that. Step 3, place your valuable content in front of that audience. I'm going to give you an example of what we mean. But after you figure out who has that problem and where they hang, I mean, actually, first you have to figure out what kind of people, right, have the problem. Then you have to figure out who and where they are. Now you're going to place your valuable content in front of that audience. So this is what we mean. I want you to picture the internet like this map right here. This is the internet. And the more places that your content is, right, all over the internet, the more likely you are to get people to come across your content.
Hey, we have a member that lives over here.
Yeah, right.
On the other side of the world.
That specifically, right, solves their problem. And they will come across you. So you have to think about content is the door in. You need to put content all over the internet so people who are looking for your service, who are looking for the solution to their problem, come across you. So if you know that in this area over here, or you know that people are going to be searching here for the solution to this kind of problem, yeah, right here, I can use the little pen here, right? Mm-hmm. Pen, right? So if you know, like, pretend like this is Google, okay? Pretend over here is Google. And you know that people are going to search on Google for a specific word or keyword that's a solution to their problem, and your content, right, this is your content, shows up. Your content shows up, they get the solution, they end up becoming a customer or a member, whatever it is, right? They begin to buy, and that person found you from across the world just by being positioned on Google. Now let's say over here is YouTube, right? Whatever, I'm just going to put YouTube. YT. I don't even know what I'm writing anymore. All right, YouTube is here, right? And the same thing. What are they searching? You look on Instagram, the same thing. The cool thing about that is that you're putting content in different sources, in all different kinds of sources.
Not your link for the person to join.
Your content.
Your valuable content.
Okay, once you put your valuable content on all these different sources, you have people, right? It's positioned in front of those people because you know where they're hanging or what they're searching. They've come across you and they say, hey, I need to get in contact with this person. Give me what you offer because I need it. I need it. This is how you do it, guys. It's that simple. Okay? Now you need to know what content and how to put it out there. Well, this is the cool part, right? This is the cool part. We have a gift for you guys today. Oh, you guys should be like, yay, thank you, Power Couple. Well, because we love you, right? The gift today is Becoming an Online Ninja PDF. We did a training on exactly this, and you're going to get it today. And what's in it is this. It's going to tell you what kind of content you actually need to put out there, and it's also going to tell you how to place it effectively. That's what it's going to tell you, okay? Now, before I go on, I want to see if anyone has any questions. Let's do some questions before I move on to the ending here. Holly said that she loves that episode. Very good. Cool. Awesome. So let me know, right? Does anyone have any questions right now that we need to answer before we move on to the last part here, guys? Let me know if you guys have any questions before we move on.
Should I put the Jeopardy song again?
I think you should. I like that Jeopardy song. It's pretty hot, you know? So put the Jeopardy song on. And then I'm gonna answer your questions. We're gonna answer your questions as much as possible before we reach the last part. If it's gonna get answered in the last part, I'm just gonna say that's gonna get answered. All right. Are we having fun? Are we enjoying it? Are we taking notes? Is this valuable information? If so, put it in the comments and say, oh yeah. I would love to know if you're enjoying it, if you're having a good time with us, and that way we can continue posting some valuable information for you guys. I'm going to get some water really quick. Let the questions come on in here. I'll be right back. Nevada, I love that you're excited. Yay. Let us know any questions. If you don't have any questions, you could just put, we're good. If you're good, I'll move on. I'll move on. Okay, Nevada said, what was step number 3 again? Step number 3, let me pull it up for you, is to place valuable content in front of that audience, okay? To put valuable content in front of that audience. Okay, any other questions that we have? Let's see. Holly's loving it. Regina's yes, right? Cool. Is there any other questions, or are we pretty much good? I'm going to probably give it like another minute or so, and then I'm just going to move on, okay? I'm going to move on. Cool. All right, baby. I guess we're moving on now, right? Yeah. Cool, cool. Here, respond to that. All right, cool. Awesome. Thomas is good. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to go right back to the slides here. Do you want to say anything?
Oh, no. Go for it.
All right, cool. Holly did have a question really quick. She said, just curious, how do you get in front of your target audience? That is what we teach in Power Quantum, which you, Holly, just became a member of on Thursday, and we have our coaching call, I believe, on Tuesday night. So we're going to talk more on how to do that, okay? Cool. All right, I'm going to move on. Bam. All right, here we go. So let's see. I'm here. All right, so this is where we left off. You guys are going to get this at the end of these little slides here, right? So now the only thing that you need to know is how to close someone when they contact you. Because right now what we just taught you to do is to get hunted. People coming to you, they're chasing you. Now, once you have them, how do you solidify the close? That is a really good question. Well, that's why we want you guys to join us this Thursday, August 21st. I don't know why I said that. For part 3. What is it going to be about, babe?
Recruit like, sorry. we're both messing up. Recruit like crazy formula. It's the exact formula we've been able to use in our business, right? To be able to sponsor over 100 plus people just in about 120 days, and it's the reason why we've become top producers, right? It's allowed us to actually become number 2 right now inside of our business, right? Out of the 3,000 affiliates, right? We're number 300,000 affiliates, right? We're number 12 right now on the leaderboards inside of our business with some really top-notch people, some six-figure earners, some millionaires, and it's really the reason why we've been producing just an enormous amount of numbers, right? And we actually want to share that with you, right? We want to give you a gift when you show up for coming there on Thursday.
That's right. So it's the Recruit Like Crazy formula, okay? So this is the schedule that's going on right now, guys. I want you to write this down so you don't miss a thing, because if you do, you're going to be sad and unhappy and depressed because you're not going to know what to do for your business. And we want to help you know what to do for your business. So Thursday, August 21st is the Recruit Like Crazy formula, right? But we have 2 bonuses. Those of you who are on here on Thursday and today, you guys are going to have exclusive access to Tuesday night, August 19th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The title of that training is called The Big Idea, okay? And you're going to have a special guest there. We're not going to tell you who this guest is. This guy is phenomenal. In fact, I think the best recruiter in the entire world, because he's been able to do some numbers I have never, ever, and did I mention ever, seen in my life.
Some prolific numbers, man.
Yeah, it's some crazy stuff. I mean, he can sell anything, I think. You know, he sold a pen for $1,000. We were there live when he did it.
A 50-cent pen.
For $1,000, you know, kind of like the movie in Wolf of Wall Street. You know, somebody said, well, then sell this pen. And he's like, all right, well, I'll sell this pen. And he sold it for $1,000, literally. And he's going to teach you how does he get people to just want to buy and just say yes, all right? So the big idea is Tuesday night. Wednesday night, we have the 9 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a walkthrough of becoming a top producer. Again, that same special guest is going to be on with us. And he's going to be going over just through what are the things that you're going to need and you're going to see becoming that top producer, okay? And then Thursday, we have August 21st, 9 p.m. Eastern, again with us, Recruit Like Crazy formula. You're going to get another gift. It's going to be the Traffic Getting Secrets PDF, where we talk about different ways of generating traffic, and you're going to get that PDF, obviously, because it's going to help you recruit like crazy, right? Now, the last thing is Saturday, August 23rd, 1 week from today at 2 p.m. Eastern. See, this is an actual seminar. It's an actual seminar that's going to be broadcasted live through the web, all right? And it's going to be talking about a 5 key formula steps that you're missing, preventing you from making real money. In there, it's going to be a 6-hour training live, and the value of it is like $500. It's like buying a ticket to go see Bob Proctor to start learning certain things for your business. But instead of flying, and I mean, it really should be more because you have to fly and get there, you're actually going to be able to be at this 6-hour webinar live cast, right? Exclusively because you guys are with us and on our list. We're going to give it to you for today. Only $7 freaking. That's disgusting. Some of you already got it. I know.
You guys are going into our pockets and stealing this from us. Right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, look, the thing is this. You don't want to miss any, but you especially don't want to miss Saturday the 23rd, because let me tell you why. You're not only are you going to get the seminar for, you know, something that's worth $500, you're getting it for $7, but you're not only going to be learning unbreakable commandments of selling and recruiting, becoming a lead capture page demigod. What is a lead capture page? It's what allows you to start collecting leads and converting them into sales. You need that for your business, especially if you want to become the hunted. Those are one of the contents or pieces of systems that you place out there on the internet. All right. The third thing is you're going to be learning about rapid relationships, rapport, and responsiveness. And then the last one is just becoming a recruiting machine, ultimately being this top producer here. It's a top producer formula, and that's what's all going to be taught on Saturday, August 23rd, and that's the reason why you really don't want to miss that out. But not only that, when you get there, we're going to show you how you can get your hands on the top producer formula module series. Why? Because if you really want to be successful in business, the 6-hour training is sexy, but there's so much information that 6 hours is just not going to cover. As this whole week we created this three-part series for a reason, but it's still not enough. You really want to internalize and master these skill sets so you're able to produce forever and get your business to be sustainable. You don't want to build a business for a month and then have to rebuild it every month. You want to build a business that's going to last you your life. Does that make sense? So here's what we're going to show you. We're going to show you how to get your hands on the Top Producer module series. Module number 1 is going to be talking about sponsoring and selling, everything that you need to know on how to sponsor and how to sell. Because remember, if you were on last week's training, we talked about that in your business, you're selling 2 things. What are those 2 things? Does anyone remember? You can put it in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's products and opportunity. So you need to know how to sponsor and sell. Okay, module number 2 is beliefs and attitudes. Tell them why that one is extremely important.
That's important as hell, because you know what happens is that when you start producing, right, your belief increases, right? And if you don't have the right beliefs, right, you're not going to be able to receive, right? Therefore, you're not going to be able to take action and really start producing the things that you need to do, right? There's a certain belief level that is attached to your income, right? And if your belief level doesn't match your income, right, then you're not going to get to where you really want to go in life, right? You're not going to really get to produce.
Absolutely. Your beliefs and attitudes is what allows you to create the actions and the results in your manifested lifestyle. It's a formula of success that you need to learn. All right? We're not going to go into that. That's a whole other training. Module number 3 is going to teach you lead capture pages, how to just, you know, be freaking awesome at that. And module number 4 is going to teach you mechanics and strategy of actually going out and about your marketing to attract the people into your business. Module number 5, rapport, responsiveness, and relationships. It's going to teach you not only just, because a lot of people think that it's all about building rapport in your business, but it really isn't. It's about being able to get those people that you build rapport with to respond and actually buy. That's what you want. You don't want to just have a relationship and the person just never gets in, because then that's not going to help your business at all, right?
You want people that engage in your stuff.
Yes. And module number 6 is generating highly targeted leads, because if you're just generating leads, what good is that for your business? You want people that are targeted and are 50 to 80% sure that they're going to say yes.
You know, the funny story, but you know, our special guest, right, which we're going to be having on Tuesday, right? He's been in network marketing for quite a while, right? But in these network marketing companies, you know, some of these companies would sell them leads. You know, they would sell 50-cent leads, $1 leads, and even one time they actually were selling $8 leads, right? And he knew that those leads were garbage because those leads were from another country, like from China. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why you guys got to be careful when you're buying leads. You got to make sure, are they even targeted? Because they're not going to do you any good if they aren't targeted.
Remember we bought 15,000 leads?
And we got nothing. We got nothing. So we're trying to save you guys all the troubles that we had already gone through so you don't have to go through. We're going to tell you where you should actually, generate traffic from, what you should use as paid traffic, where you should get leads from, and how to generate leads, all through Power Quantum. We're going to save you that trouble of figuring out whether it's a good deal or not. And then module number 7 is closing and signing people up on the phone, okay? How to be able to just close them right away. And then module 8 is upselling and getting people all in. How do you create somebody who's a customer into a raving fan, a lifelong fan? We're going to talk about that. And module number 9, presentation formula, how to get in front of a room and close 30 to 50% of that room just in one shot, right? How do you do that? In Top Producer Formula, you're getting all of these modules, guys. Module 10 is live internet event recruiting sales strategies. How to do what we're doing right now, guys, getting on a webinar and getting an audience to it and be able to lead with value, talk about your company, your products, and things like that, and then close them out. How do you do those things? Module 10 is going to teach you that. Module 11 is going to teach you how to do that in a home event, right? So you're doing local events, whether it's a hotel meeting, a home event, however you like to run your business.
But with targeted people.
With targeted people, it's going to teach you how to get targeted people there and how to get them to all really pretty much say yes, okay? Module 12 is creating live groups. You want people who are going to be basically, you want to build a culture, right? You want to build a culture. You want to build camaraderie in your team. You don't want to have people who come in here and fly by night. You know, you don't want to develop a team of 10 and then, you know, it goes down to 2 because they're just not seeing results or they're not getting where they want to go. You want people to stay more for the vision, right? So how do you do that? Module 12 talks about that. In Module 13, painting a vision for the future so that people can be attracted and say, you know what, I want to fight for the same thing. I'm with you. This is the different modules you're going to find in Top Producer, and it's all going live on Saturday with our special guests in a 6-hour training, and that's how you're going to get your hands on it. You want to be there, save your seat. Again, for limited time only of the small investment of $7. When you're there, it's a 6-hour training teaching you on 4 things, and then we're going to show you how you can get your hands on those modules that we talked about, guys. So I'm pumped up. I'm ready. I'm excited. I don't know if I missed any questions. Linda said, great info so far. Nevada, you have a question. If you have a question, just go ahead and put it in there, man. We're going to respond to it. Those of you who are ready to get your seat for August 23rd for $7, it's going to pop up in a few seconds. In the meantime, my husband's going to share a few thoughts with you.
Absolutely. Guys, look, listen, we're actually going to be giving you the free PDF, right? But we're not going to give it to you just yet, right? And you need to stay here to the whole end thing, because if you want to get the PDF, right, the free gift, you have to stay before we finish the whole thing off, right? In the process of getting the PDF, you're also going to have the ability to sign up for Tuesday's webinar, right, which is exclusively going to be only to our list, only to the people who are on here. You are going to get full access to that, right? Nobody else is going to get access to that, right? So thank you for coming. You're going to actually be able to be, you know, our special guest is going to be teaching you some top-notch stuff, right? So before you can actually get your hands on that, right, my wife is going to be putting down the offer, right, which is basically being able to get your ticket admission to the virtual seminar that's going to be happening on Saturday, right? Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern, right?
2 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, that's going to be August 23rd, right? Now, here's what you want to do, right? We're going to put a timer here for a second, and the only reason why we put the timer is because you're going to miss out if you don't get on this. The price is going to increase, right? But in reality,
the offer just popped up right now, and if you don't see it, click on the pop-ins tag. Click on it. It's going to take you to a page where it's going to bring you to an order form. Fill it out, activate it, and you will have your seat saved. And we're also going to have some fun with that. Go ahead.
Absolutely, right? So we're going to put the timer here in a second, right? And the only reason why we have the timer, like I said, is because we want you to just get in, right? Because you see, some of you guys have been indecisive for quite a while now, right? Some of you guys have been saying, you know what, I need to learn everything before I take any action, you know? Some of you guys have said, you know what, I just need to find the right mentors, I need to find the right guidance, and here it is, right? You have the opportunity to work with us on a more personal level, and you can just get in for $7, for God's sakes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, $7, I mean, 2 gallons of milk costs more than $7, right?
Absolutely.
Come on, just, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's just crazy.
Guys, here's what you get when you get in for $7, right? Not only are you going to get that seat for $7 for this 6-hour training. To me, this is like ridiculous. But we're gonna do a strategy session with you, and we're actually gonna go over your goals. Thomas, I mean, if you're on here, I want you to tell everyone what the portion of the strategy session that we did and how you enjoyed it. Just tell them what you thought about it. I know you became you got your seat, you saved your seat last week on Thursday, and some of you are about to do a strategy session with us. Some of you tonight, once you get it, we're going to set up a strategy session. We're going to go over your goals and create a game plan in teaching you how to actually get there, okay? So I'm excited. I'm pumped up for you guys. Mimi, if you're on here, tell everyone how you enjoyed it as well, the different aha moments that you got. And this is pretty awesome, guys. Do you want me to start that timer for you, baby?
Yeah, go ahead. Start this timer now, right? And like again, right? Like I was saying before, right? Here's what I want to cover for a second, right? You know, this is something that you need, right? Because when we got started about 12 months ago, we didn't have the information that you have now. We didn't have the guidance, right? And some of you guys have been looking for this, right? And some of you guys, right? Some of you guys have been just fed up, running in circles, feeling frustrated, not understanding why things aren't really working, right? And like my wife said, right, earlier before, there's 2 things that you can do here. You can either invest your time, which is not that good, right? Because who knows how long it's going to take you to produce. It took us about 7 months to actually start producing, and the only reason why we did it faster than anybody else, and the only reason why we didn't quit was because we had a strong why, a strong reason, right? And we were working 18 hours every single day, right? As a matter of fact, we would go to the Apple store, right, because we didn't have a computer at the time, right? And we would stay there from the beginning of the morning when they open it, right, till the end of the night when they close it.
That's
now,
right.
If that's something that you want to do, go right ahead and don't get in, right? But if you do want to get in for $7 only, right, and get your hands on something that's going to potentially change your life, solve your problem that you're having, which is producing, right, which is a lot of people are having a problem with this, right? you can automatically go from where you are now, which is at the bottom, to skyrocketing all the way to the top, right? And by you doing so, becoming a top producer, right? Now, here's the next thing that I want to cover, right? The next thing that I want to cover is, when I was in, not too long ago, as a matter of fact, I'm not going to lie to you, right? But there came a point where I just was kind of fed up. I was really fed up because I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what strategy to use. I didn't know what information I needed to use. I just didn't know how any of this worked. You know what I'm saying? I was completely in a state of confusion the way some of you guys are, right? And by you coming to our trainings, you guys have gotten a little bit more clear, right? Absolutely. But guess what? It doesn't end there, guys. There needs to be more clarity, right? You need, some of you guys have this like gray cloud around you, and it just keeps following you everywhere, like in cartoons, right? And no matter where you go, you find a way to make prospects run away. No matter where you are, no matter what company you are, you just find yourself never being able to get anybody in, right? So have you realized what the problem is, right? The problem is not the company. The problem is not that your sponsor. I don't know what the problem you might think it is, right? The problem is you not making a decision, right? A decision that's going to solve your problem right now by you getting in and clicking on that button where it says pop in, right? For real. You're going to go ahead and click on that button, right? And you want to do it within the next 7 minutes. What's going to happen in the next 7 minutes? Well, if you don't make the decision, the price on that is going to go up, right? I mean, for $7, man, I don't understand why you're just not getting in, because this is so important. For $7, right, if I would have known that, I would have stopped wasting so much time. I would have not been at the Apple store spamming my friends and family, getting unfriended, feeling like a salesman, feeling like I'm some type of slime ball, right? Some type of sleazy guy, right? And I would have just become a top producer in the next 90 days if I would have gotten this information in my hands. You see, back in April 2014, right? Can I be honest with you? Some of you guys think we've been doing this for 5 years. We haven't. We just had a breakthrough inside of our business, and it happened in April 2014 when we flew over to Seattle with a one-way ticket to go there, right? Because we had no more money to buy anything else. But we had enough money to go to a seminar that cost us over $2,000, which you're going to get for $7 freaking bucks, right? And the person who's going to be teaching it happens to be the special guest, and that special guest happens to be the one who actually taught us the components and the methods that we were missing inside of our business that helped us break free, right? That month, what happened in that time period of those 3 days that you're going to be learning that information in 6 hours, right, on Saturday 23rd, what happened was this, guys. We went from being in a state of confusion, not knowing what to do, to all of a sudden we started producing massive numbers.
Absolutely, we did. We went from like stuck to unstuck, right? Real quick, baby, is it okay if I just congratulate some of the people that made a decision from Thursday night and everything? We just want to congratulate some people. I'm going to just see so you can see our faces again really quick. Let's congratulate Holly, Hillary, Nevada, Regina, Thomas, and Natalia, who all made a decision to save their seat from last time that we were on this training for Saturday night. And I'm pumped up. I'm excited. And we just wanted to say congratulations and thank you to you guys once again. And I know you're on here because you guys are just so hungry. And I know that those of you who show up to these things are the ones that are going to have their breakthrough. Absolutely. And here's the reason why. You see, every day in life presents you two choices. And they're choices like this. It goes life, death, right? Poverty, wealth, or winning and losing, okay? And all you have to do to see the success, to see the wealth, to see your results is show up. Is to show up to receive it. It's just that simple. Because you have an opportunity right now where things are going to be taught that can potentially just change the game of your business. But if you don't show up, that is you literally walking away from your breakthrough. It's moments like this when we say, hey, we have a hangout. We have a hangout tonight, and we're going to be teaching on boom, 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 boom. And if you don't show up, what happens? You miss out on the words that might have just changed. I mean, Holly, Holly, imagine, I'm talking about you a lot, girl, because you commented a lot today, right? You were on here Thursday night, and you said, I got to get my seat, even though you're not going to be there, and you're going to go ahead and pay for the recordings, too. And you said, I'm going to do it anyway. $7 is worth it, right? And you went and did it. And then you show up to this one, this Saturday. Imagine if you didn't show up. The little aha moment that you had earlier when you just said, oh my goodness, I just had an aha moment. Imagine you never showed up and never got that moment. Imagine that you would have never been able to take that aha moment, implement into your business, and you would never see the results that you're about to see because you just had this aha moment. So you can see that success is created by showing up and showing up consistently. So you have this opportunity to do that right now, those of you who are in the audience and have not yet made that decision, which is who? You have a few people here who have not yet made that decision. Robert, right? Robert, for one, has not yet made that decision. Who else hasn't made that decision? Jess hasn't made that decision. There's a few of you here, guys. And if you want to get to that point in your business, the only thing you have to do is show up. And yes, Holly, show up, you go up. Very nice. And Natalia, we can't wait to talk to you later today. We have our strategy session. I'm pumped up and I'm excited. Let's see how much time we have here, guys. I'm going to put the screen back on. I just wanted to share that with you. Here we go. 2 more minutes, guys.
2 more minutes, right? So what happened, going back to April 2014, right? We went to the seminar, and we actually booked VIP tickets because we wanted to be in the VIP section, right? Now this is kind of funny because when we got there, our account was negative $4, right? I mean, we didn't have any money to even eat for the weekend, and thank God they had like a food party or whatever, right? They had like a little mixer, and we just kept finding ourselves in situations where somehow, some way, we were getting fed, and it was just like the most craziest thing, right? Because sometimes everything doesn't need to be perfect, right? Sometimes all you need to do is just make a decision, and when you make a decision for your success, for your future, for the prosperity that you want in your life, woo! All of a sudden things just come into play. All of a sudden the things that were so difficult to you, the connections, right? Finding a mentor, finding a system, finding information, all of a sudden all of that aligns with your vision when you make a decision and you just get in.
That's right. You guys have 1 minute. Come on.
And you see, if we would have let our bank account gotten in the way with that, right? We would have let not having money get in the way, right? What would have happened if that we would have never been able to teach you this? Heck, we wouldn't even be on here because we wouldn't have the authority to teach you this kind of stuff. We wouldn't have the experience to teach you this stuff, right? But I can tell you something. Those who are going to show up on Tuesday, right, for our special guests, and then on Thursday, and then on Saturday for your ticket admissions for those who bought, I can tell you something, right, that when you start producing these numbers, right, and you start getting consistent with this, right, you're going to look back at the time when you made a decision, right, and you bought the ticket, right, or you just got in, or you maybe showed up to this webinar, and you're going to say, holy cow, I mean, isn't it amazing that all it took for me was to show up. All it took for me was just to get in and make a decision, right? And because you're going to look back at this moment, you're going to never, ever in your life just go by without making a decision, right? Because that's what happened to us, and our life completely changed.
And the timer is out, guys. It is all good. We're excited. We're pumped up. Nevada, we also have your strategy session later on this evening, man. I'm pumped up. I'm excited. We can't wait to get to know you guys, your goals, and create a game plan on it. And I love Nevada's line there. I'm literally allergic to being average. That's
hey guys,
awesome.
We're going to be giving you the PDF now, so don't go anywhere.
All right, yeah, let's give you that PDF right here, guys. I'm going to send you that link. Just give me 1 second, okay?
I don't think I did the lead magnet, so I'll just shoot them an email.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So by you signing up here, guys, you will automatically get it? I'm not sure.
Huh? I'll just send them.
All right, cool. You can keep talking. We're just gonna set up.
Cool. So we're gonna be shooting you over right now on the pop-in link, right? Or whatever. We're gonna basically be giving you a PDF, a free PDF on how to become a ninja in social media, right? This is the stuff that we literally use on our Facebooks and our Instagrams, right? On all different social media networks, and it works very similar because social media is social media, right? The PDF is completely free, right? And you're going to get access to that in the next couple of minutes here, right? Some of the things that we're going to cover in that PDF when you get your hands on it is how to become a ninja, right, in social media, how to understand, how to understand using ninja tactics, right, to lure people into your business, right, and without them even realizing that they're buying something, right, but you're doing it in an ethical way. And, there's another one in there. The next part is going to be how to use ninja tactics to strike, right? Right, and, ninjas are like, these hidden people, right? They're like these people who just like, they're very hidden, they're very sly, right? And you sometimes can't catch them because they're just so they just move around and stuff, right? And that's exactly what this PDF is going to do for you guys. It's going to help you how to become a ninja in social media instead of just kind of, putting your opportunity out there, right? Nobody wants to hear that. It's being sneaky, right? And helping people just make a decision to get in, right? So really awesome training that we went over. Really good stuff. So it's gonna be popping up at the pop-in, right? You're gonna go ahead and
I'm probably gonna put it in the comments instead, only because in case somebody still wants to get in,
okay, cool.
They have that chance.
So she's gonna put it in the comments. Go ahead and click on that, right? When you click on that, you're just gonna put your email address, and the PDF is gonna be sent right to them. Did you put the lead magnet in there?
I'm trying to do that right now.
Okay, cool. So it's just gonna get sent to your email, and then it's gonna take you to the next page, so you can go ahead and register for Tuesday night's webinar training with our special guest, who is going to be sharing with you some really awesome stuff, which is called The Big Idea. Not only are you going to be there, right, it's going to be really powerful stuff, right, but only you are going to get access to it because you decided to show up. Only you are going to get access to it because you're on our list and we want to give back to you, right? And that's really exciting, right, because, I mean, who's not excited to get stuff for free, right? So that's going to help them out. So you're going to get access to that.
But don't just let it sit there, guys. Actually use the information that you are about to learn, That's what you really want to do, guys, okay?
Yeah, absolutely, right? So that's going to be popping up any moment. If you guys have any questions,
yeah, go ahead
and shoot us some questions, right? We're open to just answer some of your questions. And Natalia, I think if you're still on here, right, we're going to be doing a strategy session with you at 5 p.m. Eastern, right? Make sure that you have your personality test done, your goals done, and we can't wait to meet with you at 5 p.m. 5 p.m., right?
Yep, 5
p.m. Eastern, which happens to be 2 p.m. Pacific time, right? Because I know you're on the other side in the West Coast. That's going to be really exciting. I'm pumped up about that. Nevada, same thing with you, dude. I can't wait to meet you, bro. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to talk to you. I can't wait to help you get closer to your goals and your dreams because you deserve it, man. And anybody else, I know Holly, I think we have a strategy session with you on Monday. And I'm excited for you too as well, man, for making the decision. I know you've been following us for quite some time now, and it's going to be cool to actually meet you, right? Because at the end of the day, we only deal with people who are actually looking to get coached.
Absolutely.
Actually, people who are looking to just make a decision and change their life, right?
All right, cool. The link that just came in, guys, I want you to click on it and make sure you get your free gift and get ready for Tuesday night, The Big Idea. We love and appreciate all of you who are on here tonight. You're awesome. Thomas, Regina, Nevada, Gustavo, Holly, Hillary, Dr. Mo, Nevada, and Natalia. Those of you who stayed to the end, you guys get the gift, and it's right there. It just popped in for you right now. Go ahead.
Get that gift. Click that, right? Get your PDF. Get your hands on that. Super powerful stuff. That's another training that we should have charged for, but we gave it away for free. Super good stuff on it, right? Go ahead and take that thing, right, and just, just go out and apply more stuff out on social media. Start getting leads in. Start attracting more customers, more distributors, more reps, right, using social media.
Just grow your business,
and guys, with that being said, right, for those who've already bought the ticket admission, which is probably most of you guys on here, right, make sure you take that date down, August 23rd at 2 p.m. Eastern. Last thing you want to do is be like one of my friends that I have, right? He buys a lot of books, a lot of different things, right? But he never gets around to opening it and reading it, right? And the power is not in buying it, right? The power is in buying it and going through it, right?
And then applying it.
And applying it, right? So go ahead and important. Don't just buy it. Like some of you guys bought it. It would be a shame if you missed out on that training. So if there's any trainings that you should miss, it should be none, okay?
None.
Tuesday, our special guest is going to be on there. The Big Idea. Go ahead and register. When you get your PDF, it's going to take you to another page. Just reserve your spot right away.
Yes, Holly, before the webinar, yes.
Yeah. The next one is going to be on Wednesday, which is going to be
9 p.m. Eastern.
9 p.m. Eastern, right? Taking you through the steps of becoming a top producer. And then on Thursday, we're going to finish our last series, right, of becoming the top producer. And then on Saturday is going to be a 6-hour virtual seminar. Which you're going to be sharing with thousands upon thousands of people from all over the world. We're going to be coming to this virtual seminar, and they're going to be getting the same information to help you become a top producer, guys.
All right, guys. We love you. We appreciate you. And see you at Tuesday. Some of you later today. Peace.